Hey guys, today I am working on repairing this corbel stone and top section of this house. It's on a terrace. As you can see, we've got some limestone corbel, and there has been a previous repair which has been done, but it's been done in sand and cement. So that whole corner, sand and cement, not good. So we have very badly damaged corbel. All of the definition is gone. Missing corner over there as well. And that's what we're fixing. So the first part of the problem is, how do we bring this back to what it should look like? And for that I had a little idea. So my broken corbel is up there, and I had a little idea. That's a matching corbel and that's a matching corbel. So this morning I took a ladder up and I've made 2 wooden templates, and I'm also going to make the reverse template as well. So back up the ladder again. Yeah, I'm going to basically clamp one of these frames onto either side, mostly as a guide. So I'll get them clamped up and then I'll show you the next step. Okay, we have our form clamped in place. You can see that there's quite a lot of material that's going to be reconstituted. Is that the right term? I don't know. But I also have the reverse profile, so when it comes to forming it, I have got a nice edge to form it by. But we can't just start slapping the stuff in. We have to create some sort of armature here. So we're going to drill some holes and build up a wire armature. Again, I can't do that with one hand, so I'll be back whenever I've kind of figured that bit out. Okay, this is how things are now looking. We've got a secure armature, but this is going to have to be built up in layers. So the thinking is armature for the first layer and build it up to the recommended depth, and then we may need to drill one more hole here and bring it out, and one more hole here and bring it out, and then have another wire going across, so that the next layer is securely armatured to the underlayer as well. But yeah, we're well underway now. Okay, so I have built my armature. Now, because of the length of the screws, I don't want to bring them out too far because it won't be secure and solid. But as you can see, we built up enough of a corner on both sides that this should be very, very secure. To anyone who's done this process before, let me know in the comments if you think it's a bit overkill. I don't think it's overkill. I think it's going to work really, really well. So the company who provides the bath stone lime-based mortar that I'm going to be using to repair this have said that the screws that you need to use must be stainless. So I just chatted to them on the phone and they sent me out a bunch of screws. I've heard people talk about non-ferrous screws, but chatting to them on the phone, they said as long as the screws are stainless, you're good to go. So yeah, I think we're ready to start putting the mortar, building it up. slight bit of precipitation today, but we're going to try and make some progress. Got some shuttering on here, and I don't want the mortar to be sticking to that, and then when it comes to removing the shuttering there be any problems with moving the actual stuff. So I'm just going to quickly dab some Vaseline on the edges, on the insides of anywhere where the mortar might stick. Okay, so it's a limestone corbel. So the stuff that we are using is this Roland Premix Bath Stone Ready Mix Stone Repair and Rendering Mortar. I'm expecting some rain this morning. In fact, it's actually just started raining. But I'm hoping to build this up in layers. So I'm going to mix a small amount, build some up around the armature, and at least get it started, because I'm adding a lot of material. You can't add it all at one go or it'll just fall off, so I'm going to have to do it in stages anyway. So I'm going to get a little bit wet and then we'll cover it over, obviously, so the rain doesn't just wash it out. So let's mix them up. Okay, all mixed up. Next we're going to have to saturate all of the stonework so that it actually absorbs the water and they can get a good bond between the mortar and the stone. We're ready to start applying our mortar mix. First of all, we want to get it in underneath the armature right against the stone, so I'm going to have to work it right down and smear it onto the actual stone. In around all of the nooks and crannies, make sure that all those there's no little air pockets. We want to get it right down against the stone. Okay, so I'm going to build this up a little bit and then come back. Still having trouble with actually filming the process. I hope it's useful anyway, but as you can see, we're making great progress. This stuff is really nice to work with, goes in really smoothly, nice paste. You can work it well, you can move it well, you can shape it well. This is already going off, so it's hard. I'm not going to really poke it because yeah, but anyway, this corner, I wasn't happy to build this corner out without some more support. I'm going to put a little bit of wire on, a little bit more of a mesh here, and then we'll build this corner out. Okay, there we go with the added screws and supports in place. And I feel happy to fill this section out, which I'm going to do right now. I've been working all day and the sun's literally just come out at the end of the day behind that cloud. Anyway, this is the progress. I'm very pleased how it's going. Tomorrow we'll get back and we will start working on the top portion. Yeah. So far so good. Morning lads, so I left this to cure over the weekend and it's gone off nice and hard. I'm hoping the depth that I layered wasn't too thick. It's probably a little on the edge, but I think we're okay. All seems good. I've added some extra screws now for these corners. A little bit did crumble, but you know, lime-based mortars, they do actually take up to about 28 days to properly go off. So like this is an initial set and then over time it'll go off harder. But yeah, so we're now going to layer this up. I'm tempted to layer it in one go, but I think that would be a bad idea. I think we're just going to go to the recommended depth of about 12 millimeters. You know, there's a gap here that's on here that's more like, you know, 2 centimeters at least. So yeah, it's probably pushing it really. So we're not going to do that, which means just another day's waiting. We just get on with the rest of the building while that's happening. But anyway, let's do it. Okay, a bit of a gap of a couple of days of filming this corbel repair, but it's coming on very nicely. Obviously I can't just all do it in one day, because with this bath stone mortar, lime-based mortar, it's recommended that you leave it between layers for 24 to 48 hours. And the layers are 12 millimeters thick, so I've been building up over a few days, but I think I'm finally at the stage where I can just do this top corner, then it's done. I'll leave a couple of days before I can take the hoarding off, and then we'll try and render out the side of the corbel. Yeah, so again, I'm not going to film this, so I've got an idea. Let's do the old YouTube magic trick thing. There we go. We're just going to leave that for a day or two before we take the hoarding off, and then yeah, we'll get on to mending the side of the corbel. So as you can see, while my limestone corbel was setting and going off between layers, there was plenty of work for me to do on the rest of the front of this building. Actually, there's still a lot of work to do. I'm still in the process of doing this. A lot of the limestone on the top surface levels is broken down, and the reason is it's got all of this plastic paint holding moisture inside. So whenever we get all of this paint off and we repair all the limestone mortar, we're going to be using a lime wash. A lime wash is going to be far better for the building, and it's going to last a lot longer, and yeah, it's actually going to just look better too. So yeah, if you've been doing anything on an old building, try not to use cementitious materials, otherwise you're going to get a breakdown underneath the cementitious materials over time. It's just going to be breaking down the material of the limestone. A lot of people do it for quick money, and yeah, I get it. It's easier to just stick on some 2-pret and then you've got the job done, but you know, a few years down the line it's going to be a problem. So I find it better to do it the right way. Okay, back. It's been a few days and I'm finally ready to take the hoarding off this side of this. Hopefully everything's okay, but before I take it off, what I'm expecting to see is there's going to be a seam down here that will need filling, and I still have to render the side of this corbel with the same stuff and then blend it all in nicely. But yeah, let's see what it looks like. Get the bottom one off. Ta-da! So yeah, as expected, down here there's a fair bit of filling that needs to occur, but this whole section's going to get rendered, including the corner that needs fixing. So I'm going to be using the same stuff, and yeah, well, let's do that now. So I actually remembered to bring my real camera today to work. So this section has had a previous rendering job done on it. It does look like they've used bath stone on it, so it's not cement. So I'm just going to grind off the paint with a sanding disc on my grinder and see if that's going to work out okay.
So as I started grinding off the paint, it became very quickly apparent that the color disparity between the lime and the render, well, basically it meant that it was actually cementitious material. It did look a bit yellow at the top though.
Judging by the color of this rendered section, it's not limestone, it's cementitious. We don't want any cementitious material on here. We want it to be all the bath stone lime mortar. So I'm going to have to knock all this off. Yeah, it's going to take a bit of time, so I'll be back when I've got all of this off and it's back to the original limestone.
Okay, so I've removed all of the cement render on the side. The damage to the stone doesn't matter because we're doing it again in bath stone, but this is the top layer of the original stone, and you can see there's still some paint underneath. They just rendered over the paint, so all of that cement render and paint and stuff was holding moisture in here, and if I'm touching this, it actually feels damp. So all of that moisture has been held in there. But yeah, first of all, we're going to have to grind off all of this old crap paint and render. So I'm just going to use the grinder now.
So you might be thinking that using a grinder on this limestone is a bit too harsh for the stone itself, but the stone is already in really bad condition and we basically need to get any loose material away. We want to get a nice, smooth, hard stone to work on and put the render back on again. And before rendering, we need to saturate the whole stone, of course.
Whoops. So I've mixed up a batch of the bath stone mortar, but before I try and render it, I'm going to have to fill out some of the thicker and deeper areas. So I'm just going to do that by hand. So.
Okay, it's getting a bit dark. I got this side rendered, so that's all looking nice and sharp. This side, I got all of the infilling done and the corners built out, and tomorrow I'll just render the whole thing and get it nice and smooth, give it a bit of a float down, and that'll be it done. My battery on my camera died again just before rendering it, and I just had to get on with it. So there we go, restored corbel. Hopefully there was some useful information in this video. I know the filming was a bit crap, but I'm very pleased with the result. Both sides rendered as well. Yeah. So guys, I'm not going to be posting loads of videos on this YouTube channel because I'm working, but yeah, if you enjoyed the video, give it a like and a subscribe. Let me know in the comments if you do anything differently, or you got any advice if you've done this sort of thing before. Other than that, thanks for watching. Maybe I'll make another video at some point. Bye.